We from the ground up, that means we came from the bottom. The ground up, that means we came from the bottom. The ground up, that means we came from the bottom. The ground up, that means we came from the bottom.
We just try and capitalize, we try and make it big. Make a name for ourselves and try and make it stick. We finally made legit, same hands we praying with. We worked our fingers down to the bone, we x-raying it. Weighing in, heavyweight, fighting for that heavy cake. Money on my mind, let me meditate. Grind and we grind, we ain't trying to live a crime life. Flying on faith, going land us in the limelight. It's go time, let's get it, it's showtime. We a part of something bigger than us, this whole
From the ground up.
Yeah, you talking, we living, you saw it, we get it. Since money's the mission, we come back, gotta go get it. You talking, we living, you saw it, we get it. Since money's the mission, we come back, gotta go get it. Black gotta go get it, black gotta go get it, black gotta go get it. I go crazy for that paper.
What up, world? It's your boy Lou Banks in the studio. My man Heat History. Come back, keep on following why he got mixtape of the month. You know what I'm talking about? Your boy Bangs.
This is Chantel Hightower, author of No More Tears, and you are watching From the Ground Up.
We from the ground up.
And as promised, people, I'm back with my man Heat History. What's up, baby? Chillin', man. Hey, look, man. I had the pleasure of sharing some of your music. You know, now, previously, obviously, you got the mixtape of the month, so something must be popping about it. Tell people a little about yourself, who you are, where you from, where you going.
They call me Heem History, History, if you didn't know. From West Philly, 23-year-old rapper, producer, writer, engineer, performer. You know, just trying to make it, man.
No, that's right. So how long you been in this game?
About 6 years.
About 6 years. What made you get into music? Like,
I mean, a friend of mine was rapping. You know, he said, "You can't do it like me."
Right.
And, you know, he influenced me to do it. He was doing his thing.
So it became like a competition type thing. You didn't prove it to him.
It went from a competition to me really wanting to do it.
So was it based on competition that made you really want to like prove to him that you can do it? Or?
I mean, it's not really competition. It's the fact that, you know, he said I couldn't. I mean, you could say it was competition, but not really. I mean, after a while, I started to like it and, you know, really get into it.
So how about like shows? You be performing anywhere?
Oh man,
Can the people catch you anywhere? Like you on YouTube or?
YouTube, Reverb Nation, Facebook, MySpace. I know it's all Google, deadpiff.com, Twitter, everything.
So you everywhere.
Heem History.
He everywhere.
You know, and I'm
Heem History. Check him out. Heem History. You can't get it twisted. Heem.
Right, and I'm a big guy. I'm riding around in a gold band every day.
You know what I'm talking about?
You can't miss me.
Name of the mixtape, No Fear. Why No Fear?
It speaks for itself, man. It's like this game is about going forward.
Right.
Trying to defeat all fears. So I'm saying I have no fears.
Okay.
I mean, I got a couple pop records on here. I got some R&B joints on here. You know, I got some hard records for the streets. You know, I got some joints with me going totally lyrically.
So do you work with other people, like you, or it's just based on you? Or
I don't know if they can see the little wall of fame I got. The people that's on the wall. I engineer all those mixtapes, mix, produce, root. You know. You know, I'm just trying to work with everybody.
So is anyone exclusive? Like, you know, in some camps you got one particular person that might stand out or might be more ready than everyone else. Is there anyone particular that might be leading the pack right now? That might be. I mean, not to make anyone feel, you know.
No. It's only 3 artists. It's me, my boy Curtis Starr. He's the lead. As far as Ready goes, you would think he was in the industry already.
Right. That's the guy to sing, right?
The singer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know I seen him.
That boy talented.
That
boy good.
Yeah, that boy is good. I got to vouch for that. So you and Curtis Starr, how long have you been dealing? I mean, how long have y'all known each other?
About 5 years. 4 or 5 years. You know, we met through, you know, my folks. You know, they had a group called The Business or whatever, and it was managed by Eddie Hustle. That's my cousin. So you know, I got to meet him through that.
Okay. So you know, we all about, you know, community work here from the ground up, you know what I'm saying? So I want to know if you like, is anything you've done for the community, like maybe a free show or anything connected your music to the community as far as like people seeing you being exposed to the community?
I mean, well, as far as that goes, I mean, all of my shows have been for the community. I mean, I haven't paid for any shows. I do this just to do it. Like all my music is free online for free download, deadpiff.com, MySpace, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google, however you want to get it. I mean, we just came from out of town. We just did a show in Baltimore. Wednesday, we got a show in New York. We just, you know, we trying to get around. I mean,
so where you see yourself in the next 3 years from now?
Hopefully,
with this music.
Hopefully at the top, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to branch off, of just doing this at home on my, you know, on my spare time.
Right.
You know, I have a day job too.
Right.
Other than
As we all do. Yeah.
So other than that, I'm trying to branch out and make this bigger. I mean, my mom let me do this. Here.
Yeah.
I want to be able to give back to her.
Yo, that's one of the smartest things I heard. I ain't gonna say anybody, but a lot of good brothers, a lot of good people in the entertainment industry always forget or seem to forget that, you know, moms or pops or wherever you lived allowed you to, you know, express yourself.
She been rocking out with me, you know, not complaining about me having the music up too loud. You know, I'm only two rooms over. So,
Right.
You know, she's just been rocking with me, telling me to keep going.
So what schools you go? What schools you graduated? What's your alum? Like, where'd you go?
I went to West Philly High.
Okay.
I went to Job Corps, picked up a trade, you know, carpentry or whatever. So, you know, that's my backup plan. If the music don't work, then I just go back to building stuff.
Stick to plan A. I was always told to stick to plan A. Everybody you ever heard or heard talk in the industry, they always say never have a plan B. In reality, it's hard to do, but what they basically trying to say is stick to plan A.
Right.
Plan B, we get there when we get there. Plan A is what's going on now.
Never had my pop around, so I told myself to be a man. How to manage money, talk to girls and hold my hands. I promise if I make it to the top, I ain't never looking back. I got money on my mind, every thought another stack. Always had dreams about a better living. Every day, Mom Dukes told me go and get it. Took me a while before I saw the vision, because my thoughts was trapped in like a subdivision. I just wanna be a superstar. Superstar.
Just you on this joint? Yeah. Okay. Yo, your boy Bangs, I'm back, man. Checking out the mixtape. Joint is crazy. Fire. No Fear, the mixtape. I'm here. You see? Up in here. We doing the thing. Ain't this? You know what I'm saying? What's some of your favorite tracks on the joint? I love this joint right here.
This one of them right here.
Yeah.
At the start of the show, I get to perform this a lot. You know, I come with a lot of energy when I get to perform this one.
Okay.
I think my favorite one is number one, the intro, man. No Fear. You know, I get to express myself.
That joint is hot, yeah.
I get to express myself and you know, tell how I'm feeling.
What's the most meaningful song to you on this song? What means the most to you?
Probably Superstar. You know, that's really my goal. Okay. Superstar in the industry.
So it means a lot to you.
You know, I'm telling what I'm coming from and what I'm going through.
Right.
You mean to get where I want to be.
Okay. Everybody got a story to tell. That's the true rules. You know what I'm talking about? But we want to get into freestyle. You know how this rap thing go, baby. You know how the rap thing go. You got to get the people a little something before we, get up out of this piece.
I said, nothing's ever promised. The only thing that's definite is death. We living through the pain, living through the stress. I'm almost 24, it's a definite I'm blessed, and I always did right because my mama never left me. Blood, sweat, and tears, that's the motivation. And I'ma be him history for the duration of my time here. I got time served, I put time in, that's why they call it clockwork. When the smoke clears and all the bombs burst, I want to be around stars like a Converse. I vow to never judge a person like Your Honor, but I promise I'ma shine until their eyes hurt. Yup, and I pray for anyone who fell on hard times. Thumbs down to anybody writing fraud lines. That just means you got a weak heart and a scarred mind, or you can't paint pictures for the people throughout your art lines. I'm a real dude all day. I never take a handout. I'd rather get it the hard way. So if you see me doing 90 down the parkway, I'm going for the bread and butter without the parquet. And I just want to get my cake up. My Aunt Pam said, you can't chase your dream sleeping, boy, wake up. And now I see life so clear. So as of now, I'm living with no fear.
No
You heard
fear.
me?
My man, Heem History. Check it out, baby. From the ground up. It's your boy, your man Lou Bangs. You know what I'm saying? And the place to be. Play some hype, man. Take his people out of here, man. You know what I mean? You know how you do. He producer, rapper, arranger, writer, all that. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Bangs.
Let me get back to some
Huh?
you know.
Heem History. No fair. We in here. 2011, baby. Holla at me. You hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the star of the show, I'm the star of the show. Put the spotlight on me, boy, I'm fresh, just so low. Check this swag, I'm so deaf. Metro money, unlimited check. I'm the star of the show, I'm the star of the show, I'm the star of the show. In case you didn't know, I'm the star of the show, I'm the star of the show, I'm the star of the show. Let's go.
From the ground up.
What up, world? It's your boy Lou Bangs. I'm here with Shantae Barrett. of Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm talking about. It's uptown. I got it right this time. We here, you know, she's a writer, director of film and stage. And tell people a little about yourself. You know, where you're from, where you're going, and basically where you're from.
Okay, well, I was
New York.
born and raised right here in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I did live 3 years in LA, well, outside of LA because it's a lot cheaper.
Okay.
But I did live out there for about 3 years pursuing acting and entertainment, and then I came back home in 2000 because at my grandmother's request. And
Right.
thank God that I did, because shortly after that, maybe a few years later, I lost her and my grandfather. So it was a blessing to come back home.
Yeah, okay. So what made you get into the film?
It's
Right.
always been a part of me. It's so funny. As a kid, I remember having a memory of telling my grandmother, yeah, I'm going to be in a box one day. And she
Right.
was like, what box? And I had to take her to the TV to show her what box
Right.
I was talking about. And then, you know, just life happened.
Mm-hmm.
And as a young person, I kind of gave up on that dream of entertainment and whatnot. And then the closer I got to walking with the Lord, once I turned my life over, the more things started coming back full circle. And then before you know it, I had a story to tell.
So from a very early age, you knew you wanted to be either in or behind the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, my love was in front of the camera,
Okay.
on stage. I loved acting and just performing. And then I was at Revival one day, and my pastor had said, you know, what is that thing that God is telling you to let go? It's not sin, but it's something that He is saying is not for you.
Right.
And the only thing was in my spirit was acting, and it crushed me because I was like,
Right.
what? So, but I stepped away, you know, finally after a lot of back and forth, I finally let it go.
Right.
And he said, how do you know I'm not telling you to let it go so I can give it back to you the way it was intended? And then a few months later, a young lady approached me and asked me to direct her play at my church, which
Wow.
was phenomenal.
Now, has she seen any work of yours before? Or
No.
She just came to you and just...
Yeah, I mean, we had met
Mhm.
before on the ministry, but we hadn't had a chance to work together.
Right.
We hadn't even spoken in maybe 6 months.
Right.
We would just say hi in passing, so I didn't even know why she thought I could direct.
Right.
But she said, hey, I got approved to do a play through the singles ministry, and I want
Right.
you to direct it.
So is there any other influences, like family or just watching TV in general, that made you want to be who you are?
Yeah, I love film. I love film. I mean, I just love seeing stories told,
Right.
good stories told. And it really bugs me when a story is not well done.
Right.
Like, you know, if it has a great plot, but the execution is whacked, you know,
Okay.
the transitions are too long, or,
Okay.
you know, the music is dead, or it doesn't have a great plot. It looks really good, but
Right.
it makes no sense.
Right,
You know
right.
what I
You
mean?
get lost in it,
Yes,
yeah.
it just bugs me. So anyway, the more it started bugging me, the more I felt like, okay, I need to start writing.
Right.
I need to start telling a story
Yeah.
because it should be like this and it should be like that. And
Right.
then when I realized that this was part of my calling, this was part of my ministry, as far as God's calling on my life is to do arts through a Christian context, but still be socially relevant.
Right.
Then I started pursuing it more, like getting
Okay.
educated on how to do it. And I got blessed and was able to take 4 master classes last summer
Okay.
at the American Black Film Festival, which was wonderful because one of those classes was the art of filmmaking with Spike Lee.
Wow.
And he gave us stacks of material. He gave us scripts from Malcolm X and from Miracle at St. Anna. And
Right.
he broke down different scenes to show you why he did it and how and
So he was actually
storyboards.
there and...
Yeah, I mean, he came in with
Hands-on.
truckloads of stuff. Like,
Right.
basically, those master classes, him, Steve Duncan, Cliff Charles, which is Spike's cinematographer. He
Right.
does a lot of his movies. Steve Duncan is the dean of filmmaking at Loyola Marymount.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically gave you a 15-week course in 3 hours.
So Spike, where is he?
Spike, yeah,
Short?
he's short, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah, a little guy.
Like Reggie, like a little...
He's a little bigger than Reggie,
Okay,
actually.
okay.
But, you know, same glasses. Same glasses.
all right, cool. So you learned a lot from Spike. I mean, I'm quite sure. I mean, I learned a lot from Spike. I learned a lot from Spike, and I haven't
Just
even met
watching
him.
his movies,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I know that had to be a heck of an experience.
Yeah, it really was. And it was so awesome because a lot of people came down there to party,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because that's what they do. But
Right.
I would go back to the hotel, go to sleep because
Right.
I knew I had to get up early so I could
Right.
pay attention in class.
Focus.
Yeah.
So I mean, are there any plays or any movies you're working on now, or is there anything we can see? We can go and see that.
Yeah, well, actually, we're actually doing our Christmas production,
Okay.
which will be on December 22nd at 7 p.m. in the main sanctuary of Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Listen up, people.
And the story we're doing is called A Christmas Carol Urbanized.
Okay.
So it's a modern day adaptation of the story of Scrooge
Okay.
with a Christian twist. And what inspired that story was when my oldest daughter was about 5, we went to go see A Christmas Carol, which is one of my favorite little Christmas time stories. And we went to go see it at the Kimmel Center. Well, they did it more like the original.
Right.
Her and her class, you know. And it was 18th century London. So, you know, a bunch of little kids from Southwest Philly were not, you know what I mean? They were not connected. Like, they weren't interested, okay? They understood the story because I questioned them randomly. And they understood it, but it just didn't hold their interest. They didn't care. So I said, you know what? This is a great story. It has a lot of great messages in it. So let's just bring it up to date. So now that's what we did. Scrooge today is a record label executive.
Remix it.
Come on now. Who can't relate to that? And so then, you know, and how he is having his encounter with the different ghosts is a wonderful thing.
So do you see your daughter like having the same interests you have? As
My
far as
oldest
filmmaking,
girl?
your oldest daughter.
Definitely. She pays attention to everything.
Right.
She tries to give direction at times, you know. And she's an actress and a little model, so she really gets into the part, and it helps to bring up the other kids who are also playing and acting off her, as well as the adults. Like sometimes she'll come up with a little something to do in the scene that actually works. Right. So I won't say nothing. I'll be like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
So I'm guessing. Once you get your Spike Lee check, all the hair thing can go out the way. Are you still interested in doing hair as much as you did at once?
Not really. I mean, I love the way the finished product. Right. But you know, hair is a labor-intensive job. Yeah. So you're standing on your feet all day. You're, you know, and now, you know, since as my pastor puts it, I have more sunsets behind me than I do in front of me. It's time to transition to a more, you know, something that's not so physically taxing.
Okay. So a master's degree in divinity. Can you explain to me, as well as the people out there that's interested in knowing what it is? Can you explain a little bit?
Well, basically, it's basically a master's degree in the study of God and the things of God. Okay. So, like theology, that's basically what theology means, is the study of God. So, the master's degree is like one of the highest levels that you can get to. Okay. So, right after that, then will come a doctorate. But yeah.
Okay. So, where do you see yourself in about the next 4 to 5 years? 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years, probably I'll see myself at a film premiere that's mine. You know what I mean? Right. You know, God is so awesome. The reason why I'm pursuing a master's degree in divinity is because that's one of the requirements that my pastor wants for anybody who's a minister or teacher at the church, is that eventually you get it. There's no time frame on it because he understands, you know, how people have lives. Right. You know, but if you're going to pursue this thing, you're going to articulate your faith, you're going to be educating people, you're going to be preaching the word, you yourself need to be educated in the church, in history, in things like that. You know, so you don't get, you don't get twisted up. A lot of people like to just lean on anointing. Right. And of course you need the anointing, but you also need the knowledge. Yeah.
And with that being said, I felt real dumb right now. But I mean, I love God just as much as the next, you know. That's right. It's just that that's a lot to know. That's a lot to know. It's a lot to get into. And you seem like you have a very full plate. You have children, I know.
Yes, 2 girls.
Okay. And your oldest?
10 and 9.
And your youngest?
So Anise is 9 and Amina is 10. Okay. Amina is the model and actress and, you know, just the all-around advocate, fight for anybody doing something wrong. She's fighting against them.
I know that's right. Stand up for what's right, baby girl. I know that's right.
And then Anise is like the little love bug that everybody falls in love with. And she has special needs.
And that's your blessing.
Yes. She's a miracle.
Would you elaborate a little bit on a special need? If you
Anise was born with a condition called chromosome 13 deletion. So a piece of her 13th chromosome is missing in 1/3 of her cells. It caused her to have developmental delays, and it also caused her to be born with retinoblastoma, which is eye cancer. So her right eye had to be removed when she was 9 days old, which, you know, was very traumatic. And the funny thing about the whole situation is when Anise was born and I was hit with all this stuff, I actually went into a state of denial. So for the first 3 years of her life, I did not accept that she had special needs. I just kept saying, oh, well, after she gets over this hurdle, she'll be fine. Well, at 3 months old, she had to have malrotation surgery, which is stretch her intestines across her stomach, and so that her food would go down. Right. Because it wasn't. And, you know, it's just so many different things going on with her. And then finally, at 3 years of age, you know, it finally hit me. The reality of the situation. And then it just became a blessing because it was like, okay, so now what? Well, now it's just my job to make sure she has as normal a life as possible.
Because with her condition, they didn't expect her to live beyond the age of
1.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And she's 9.
Exactly. There
Yeah.
you go.
And then the funny thing is when they found out that she had this syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
they checked all the medical journals dating all the way back to 1960. They
Mm-hmm.
can't find an exact match. So her piece is missing in a different area
Right.
of that chromosome than any other child. So she's
Therein
kind of like a
lies
prodigy.
The blessing, man.
Yes.
Yo, it's crazy. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she's a very happy girl.
Okay.
Everywhere she goes, people fall in love. So,
So tell people where can we, see you? What can we expect from you within the next month?
well, like I said, again, we're having the Christmas production, A Christmas Carol Urbanized at the E9 Tabernacle Baptist Church on December 22nd, 2011
Okay.
at 7 p.m. And we also dedicated this Christmas season to the memory of Reverend Tyree Craig,
Okay.
who was a brother we loved of our church. He got ordained there, and then he went on and started serving at another church, but he still was a member of our family, and he passed away in September. So we dedicating this season to him and his wife and his 2 children that he left behind.
Cool. I know it's a good time to do it. This time of year, everybody missing their loved ones, especially if you lost someone
Yeah.
that you love.
And this is their first Christmas without him.
Yeah, wow.
And he did a lot for a lot of us. Like, just his life inspired so many of us to just really walk out our ministry and really just push that much harder and
Right.
do whatever we can for the Lord. If he
Yeah.
put that calling on you, do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I know that's
Yeah,
right.
and it don't have to be corny. Like, a
Nah.
lot of people think, it gotta be corny. It don't have to be corny.
No,
It don't have to
if
be
you give
real
it from your
hot.
heart, if you give it from your heart,
That's
it
right.
means a lot. It goes a long way.
That's right.
You
That's
know.
right.
Well, again, I want to thank you,
Thank you.
Shantae Barrett, everybody. E9 Tabernacle Baptist Church.
Yes.
She's a writer. She's a director. Look out for her. Coming to you soon.
We from the ground up.
What up, though? It's your boy Lou Bangs from the ground up. I'm here at Boy Production Studios. I'm about to get an exclusive with my main man, Sonny Vassetti. You might know him as Seti City. Seti. He be in the building in a minute. We waiting on him. Come back. Holla at me. Sonny Vassetti. In the building. Long time coming, man. Long time coming. But I know who you are. I want the people to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? They know who I am. I'm Lou Bangs. From the ground up. We got Sonny Vassetti in the building. Mr. Vassetti is what they call him. That's what they call him. So, I mean, now they know who you are. What do you do?
What I do, I'm a man with a dream. And that's your mic. So I'm going to take my hand off the mic.
Can I have my mic,
No, you
please?
can have your mic.
Thank you, sir.
Now,
Thank you, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a man with a dream. I'm producing, trying to make a move with this music, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right, so how long actually have you been doing this music thing? Like, you rap, right? You're a rapper and you producer and you produce other artists and stuff like that. So how long have you been doing this?
Years, man. I say 12.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so thus far, how many artists have you worked with?
Many, like all around the city, from moves with the back in the day. Y'all remember the Union?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wise up.
You know what I mean? From then, you know what I'm saying? From there, we just everybody, like we collab with everybody, networking, trying to keep it going, man. Make a move, you know.
So with the music industry, I mean, I'm gonna give you about 5-10 years ago, every artist that was coming out was going platinum, crossing over, popping. With the music industry being the way it is, being as though we're in a recession, so they say, where do you see or what do you think your music can take the industry? Or do you think it can take? I mean, I'm quite sure. I know it can take it somewhere. Listen to the tracks that I hear in the background. I know. Once the spotlight is put on him, it's going to take off. So, what do you think your music can add to the industry?
I feel like it's something different that the industry hasn't seen yet. So I think it'll put a whole spin on the industry, and it'll open up a whole nother floodgate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For artists, just to
Keep it coming. Keep it
keep it
coming.
coming, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right. So who inspires you?
my inspiration really is like the talent around me and doing these shows and, you know what I'm saying, through this networking is the hunger. Like, people, they have lives and then they got this music life that they trying to use the music life to make
different life.
Right, they trying to make the regular life better by using the music life. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that hunger, like, that's keeping me going.
So let me ask you, let me see, like in the next, let me say 3 to 5 years, where do you see your music career going? Like, seriously, like, I mean, like, given all the energy and the effort that you're giving it right now, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 years, next 5 years, I plan. People say they're going, you know, step to the door of the game, kick the door down, step in the game. I want to be able to walk up to the game. It's a crib. Pull out the phone. I'm outside. They open the door up.
Buzz you in.
Back to that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. But now, we a community-based show, and you know what I mean, if you haven't thus far, what would you like to change, or what would you like to see change in not only in the industry but in the community?
In the community, I mean, you might hear a lot, but the future is in the kids, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So taking it to music, seeing what they gotta hear, because it's only a certain aspect of music that's out right now, so they forced to kind of hear it. You know what I'm saying? If we could change their outlook on what being professional and what being non-professional is, you know what I'm saying? What, you know what I mean? What making it really is, like what living really is like.
Right.
And it's, I mean, showing that form of respect and all of that, I think they would live, you know what I'm saying, a whole different, they wouldn't feel like they had to do this to get that.
A lot of music today is that people, or I know our young, even when I was young, you looked up to the artists that was out at the particular time and what they had and how they, got it. And nowadays, it's like the music is all about how many guns and drugs and so, and they don't want the kids to really come up looking at that. You know what I mean? So it's like a different era of music. So, I mean, like, I listen to some of your tracks, and knowing you personally, I know that you don't do a lot of cursing on your tracks. I mean, is that a conscious thing that you do?
It's pretty much, pretty much is a conscious thing. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's easy to rhyme with it, you know what I mean? But, I try not to do that, you know what I mean? I try to make it a little more advanced, try to really give them a message, you know what I'm saying? And also, be easy on the air.
Exactly. Hey, man, like I said, we go way back. We go back like Cadillac car seats and fat crayons. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing it for a minute, and that part of my life, whatever. But with seeing you and hearing you still progressing and making good music, like, what keeps you focused and what keeps you wanting to put that type of music out? What keeps you wanting to keep putting music out, period? Not just good music, but music, period. What keeps you motivated?
I think it's the negativity that's out. With the negativity that's out, I feel like I got this positive thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move it, you know what I'm saying? As far as working with a group, the Skyline Legacy, you know what I'm saying? We trying to really, like, push a positive message. So seeing all the negativity and is buzzing. The negativity is buzzing. Like,
right.
I want to put this positive thing out.
Seti City, Skyline. You can catch him. You know what I mean? You see him in the street doing shows. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we everywhere, anywhere, all the time. Right. Come check us out, man. Right. From the ground up. You heard it here.
We from the ground up, that means we came from the bottom. The ground up, that means we came from the bottom. The ground up,